August 23, 1945. In the heat of Camp Lordsburg, New Mexico, dust drifted through the air like desert smoke. Through that shimmering haze came the trucks carrying 300 exhausted Japanese women, stepping onto gravel that crackled beneath their worn boots. They had crossed oceans and continents, bracing for humiliation. Their training insisted that capture was a fate worse than death. But before nightfall, they would witness something that shattered their beliefs about enemies, honor, and the true meaning of humanity. The women stood in tight formation, shoulders nearly touching, clinging to the comfort of closeness. Most were young, barely adults, though a few older faces watched from beneath sun-faded head wraps, every line etched with months of hardship. They had served as nurses, clerks, operators, translators, scattered across Pacific Islands, now in American hands. When Emperor Hirohito's surrender broadcast crackled over the radio, their world collapsed in seconds. Everything they believed about duty unraveled. Now they were prisoners in a land so foreign it felt unreal. The New Mexico landscape offered no ease. Jagged mountains in the distance, a blinding sky, and heat that pressed against the skin. By noon, temperatures soared past 102 degrees. They wore simple cotton uniforms torn from weeks of travel, first on cramped ships where they slept on metal floors, then rattling trains across strange landscapes. Dust streaked their faces, hunger hollowed their cheeks. Some were little more than shadows. They had survived on rice mixed with weeds as supply lines collapsed. They watched the war end not with honor but with confusion and starvation. Surrender had stripped them of certainty, leaving only fear of what captivity would bring. Then came the first shock: soap. During processing, American guards handed each woman a bundle containing clothing, a towel, and a bar of white soap, smooth, clean, almost sweet-smelling. It was larger and finer than anything they'd seen in years. One woman held it to the light, unsure if it was real. Another whispered, "This is for prisoners." The guards smiled gently and pointed to the showers. "Hot water," they said through translators. "Take your time." Kindness felt foreign. Watching from a distance, 6 captured Japanese officers stiffened in disapproval. Their uniforms hung in tatters, but their pride remained iron hard. The lieutenant's glare carried a silent message. Accepting comfort from the enemy was disgraceful. 24-year-old Ko, once a translator in Manila, felt her throat tighten under that burning stare. She had survived bombings, starvation, and surrender, but the weight of her commander's shame struck deeper than any hardship she had endured. That night, after showers that felt like dreams and a meal with real vegetables and meat, the women lay in barracks with actual beds. Ko stared at the ceiling, clean and full for the first time in months, overwhelmed by emotions she couldn't name. Through thin walls, the commander's voices carried across the dark. "Tomorrow we make them remember honor," the lieutenant declared. Ko knew what that meant. Punishment, humiliation, the old world reaching into this strange new one. Lying in the desert silence, Ko realized something impossible. She feared her own commanders more than her American captors. In a war filled with brutal ironies, none felt sharper than discovering kindness behind enemy fences. The Japanese military had taught absolute obedience, strict hierarchy, and loyalty unto death. Women were the lowest rung, expected to serve, endure, and sacrifice without question. Surrender meant shame. Survival itself felt like betrayal.